For years, Silky has been a standout on the scene, known for his signature hosting style, unmatched social energy, and the way he brings people together to build real communities through his events. His first shot into the spotlight after becoming the first ever contestant to have his light kept on Take Me Out, and from there his journey only leveled up. Silky has gone to host for thousands of brands, earning a reputation as one of the most in-demand hosts in the game. From creating his iconic brunch series to becoming a recognisable face with a powerful presence, he's built a legacy that speaks for itself. So get ready, because we have here the amazing, the one and only Silky!
Woo! Wow.
That's an intro and a half.
Take me out. Wow. Yeah,
Taking
Silky.
the weight back.
Oh,
How
gosh.
you guys doing, man?
I'm good,
We're
man.
great, man. Great to have you on. Been a while making this happen, so we're super happy you're here, man.
Listen, I'm very, very thankful to be here, man. Honestly, I've seen the other episodes and sitting here, it's going to be fun, man.
Oh, gosh. But you know what? With Speakeasy Club, we always like to bring people through our DJs, hosts, big promotional brands, and even old club owners. And with you, I always saw like you as a big character in the game. And it'd be great to like find out how you got the great reputation, how do you build your brand, and how did it all start, especially in the nightlife scene.
Yeah. All right. So, do you know what? It started from young, you know. I used to go parties with my dad. Parties I shouldn't have been at. And he used to put like a Kango hat on me and put his chain around my neck.
Yeah.
And I used to just grab the mic and just do little silly things, right? And he had a little karaoke machine as well. And he'd always say, yeah, all right, come here. The government name, Aura, yeah. All right, Jamaica, come here and grab the mic. I used to do those, right? And then it was just something where anytime I gone to any party, they'd always say, yo, Silky, go on the mic. And I never knew that was actually like a job those times. It was just like something I just enjoyed doing. Fast forward now, got to university, started putting on just little parties, freshers parties with my friends on site, and they were going well. I was the hype man for that as well. And then Suave, big up Suave, yeah, he really brought me in. So he started getting a lot of private events, right? Just weddings.
Yeah.
And he'd call me. He just knew my potential. He'd be like, Silky, come with me. Just grab the mic. And I'm like, what do you mean? It wasn't a thing like that. Just, you'd hire a DJ. No, just do what you do. So I did that. And then later on, he introduced me to yourselves when you exclusive touch.
Yeah.
Same thing. He goes, bro, listen, I'm going to be real with you, yeah? These guys I know, they got these parties down West End, right? I'm going to try and bring you in. They say they don't want no mic, man. But I said, this guy's different. But like, just come and just do what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Came through, and I remember it was Traffic.
Traffic
Guys
bar
had
in Holborn,
Traffic bar,
yeah.
in Holborn. And I remember going there, and that was the first time I saw, as they call it, a check.
Yeah.
I saw this was money.
Yeah.
It wasn't crazy money, but I would have done it for free, right? So
Yeah.
I grabbed the mic like I usually done, and you guys were like, hold that. I was like, what's that for? Like,
Yeah.
like, what's this for? Like, thanks, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Like, no, and then I started doing it every week, and it was like, okay, wow, this is pretty cool. Never ever thought, you know what, I should get more. I just loved hosting. And then after that, I one of my friends, Hanif, he went to a party one day down Shoreditch. It was called Work It, right? They had this party, and it was old school R&B and hip hop. He calls me. These are the days when, like, we're from Bow. You don't go to Hackney. You don't go to Hackney, especially you don't go to Hackney to party. Right? So this was early. This was, say, about 2010, right? Calls me up. He goes, bro, you're not going to believe this. I went to this party yesterday. It was only £5. And guess what? You can wear hats and trainers. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, that was the first thing that got me, because this was the days when you had to wear shoes and like shirts. You had to get, you're not getting into the club, right? And he was like, bro, they were playing old school hip hop, R&B. He said, bro, you could even go in there in shorts. I was like, bro, you're lying. I don't believe this. He said, bro, come, they've got another party next week. Went with him. This was at Visions, down Dalston.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I was blown away. They had TVs, old TVs on the walls, and they were playing like the movie Friday. They were playing like Boys in the Hood, and it was just like the 90s, and it's just something that's always resonated with me. I've always been about nostalgia, and the 90s thing was just something I was always into. So from there, I got an opportunity with my friend to have XOYO, but the bar side. They got like the main room downstairs.
Yeah.
They were gonna do a house party, like just house music there. Upstairs we can have the bar. I said, okay, cool. These days, I had the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was a code, right? This is something, I don't know if you know about this, right?
Yeah.
You could put this code in, right? And it would highlight all of your followers.
Yeah.
And you can invite them.
HTML code. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It was like this code was like secret. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to send it to people because you didn't want to mess this up, right? So that code, I'd use that, right? So the first time we did the party, I did the code, and I remember he asked me like, what should we call the party? And at the time I was producing music, and I said, you know what? My music name's Throwback, right? And that was before like Instagram and that. So and so when I was doing it, I spelled it like FROBAC, like, and it meant like from retro old school back again to classics. So it was an acronym. We did the party, and I remember going there and no one was there. I was like, oh my God, right? I was just DJing, but I was playing songs that I love, like even from what I saw at Visions. I was like, if only they played Donald Jones with that. So I was doing these songs that I grew up to.
Right.
After about a couple hours, saw people coming in,
Nice.
more people coming in. Before you know it, the place was packed. Just all off the Facebook link, right? I was like, oh my gosh, I was standing on the table like this. And that's where I started off with the throwback thing. And yeah, I'm talking a lot here, bro.
No. Go.
I'm used to. Okay.
No, but that's interesting because I suppose really what you've done is you've gone from holding a mic, sort of MCing to DJing to throwing your own event and being a promoter, I suppose, in a very short space of time, which doesn't really happen that often, to be clear. Like typically people pick a lane and stay in that lane. Do you think that's been part of your identity throughout your career? Because you've obviously done so much. Like, is it about, are you someone that looks at lanes and goes, I'm not just staying in one lane, I'm going to do multiple things? Like, where does that come from?
I would say like, I'd call myself a magician, architect, right?
Okay.
Okay. Like, I have an imagination which is just crazy. So like, I don't try and do what the culture does. I try and shift it. So if you're doing that, I'm like, my imagination says, okay, I want to do this. If that's a problem, I want to know why that's a problem and realize I don't see the problem in it. So in a sense, when I was doing the events, I never said I'm going to be a promoter. I was just told you can DJ out here and play what I want to play. So I said, oh my gosh, if I mix this and mix that. And because I just invited everybody, it was people that wanted the old school as well. So I remember when I was using the word throwback, people were actually coming to the party and it wasn't actually a word, it was very Americanized, right? So people said, what's throwback mean? I had to explain it. So the way that it's just such a normal word now, I had to be like, no, it means old school, you know? So I was doing a lot of the old school R&B and hip hop stuff from when it wasn't really a thing, you know, like a lot of like my peers were doing trap music. But to answer what you said, I think I'm someone that's like, my imagination's wild. I don't really conform and try and do things the way people do it. I see an opportunity and go, how can I do that with my style? And then people kind of follow it. And that's why I call myself like a magician.
So
that sense.
In a way, have you created many brands since after Throwback, or is Throwback still running? Or
no? So Throwback stopped quite some time. I went after Throwback. I actually got the call from yourself actually and Van. You lot had Reggae Brunch, and Reggae Brunch was the one I'd say that really put me on the map.
Okay.
Right. So
because that was like your show, really.
Pretty much. I remember. So just talking about Reggae Brunch, I remember Van. He called me to come to the office, right? And he just said to me, okay, I've got this brunch. Never even knew. I thought brunch was just food, right?
Yeah.
Like this was early, before
this is
the
2016 or
yeah,
something,
exactly.
yeah.
So I'm like, what do you mean brunch? And he goes, yeah, basically it's going to be called Reggae Brunch. I'm like, okay, what's that? What's all this? And the one thing he said to me I was like, what? And that's why I thought this was very different. He said, yeah, it's a daytime party. I said, Van, who's coming to a party between 12 and 5? Yeah. I literally said, bro, like, good luck, innit? Like, good luck. Yeah. We'll see.
They all said that, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this doesn't make sense. And, you know, there was no bottomless rum punches. This was all new sit-down foods and daytime party. I'd never heard of this, never been to it in my life. So when I went there, I remember Van saying to me, just go there and just do what you do, right? So there wasn't really a structure. So I wouldn't say I've pioneered the show or anything, but you know, like a lot of the stuff that I brought there was like the karaoke style. Yeah. You know, like the gospel things on the stage and just all the things that the Split Olympics. It still goes on 7-8 years.
They still do it now?
Still do it now, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you created a foundation for it.
Kind of created the foundation for that, yeah. And then from then, you know, I've had, I did like a different party called like a Throwback Thursdays. That went okay. That was at Duo. Before it was Duo, it was under Solo.
Yeah.
I was doing that for maybe about a year or two. That wasn't as successful as I thought it would be. I think one of the things I learned from that was I was trying to do a party that was free. And I had this misconception that if you do a free party, everyone's going to come. But actually, it kind of devalues your brand because even if you charge £2, people don't want to lose their £2. They're going to come. So that was definitely a lesson learned for me. And then after that, I started a paint party with my partner, London Paint Party.
Okay. Similar to Party and Paint?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't actually know about Party and Paint. So I think it might have just like started at the same time. So the girl at my work at the time, she just showed me this. It was called Trap and Paint.
Oh, in America?
In America.
Yeah.
I said, she knew I did events. She goes, have you seen this? And I was like, what is that? I said, I'm doing this. So I literally just, imagination again, just went wild. Never knew I can't paint. I'm very dead at art. Right? Very dead. So I had to research easels, canvases, what paints. I didn't know anything to the point where what I'd done, right? So I looked at the Trap and Paint in America, and I sent them a message, right? I went into the DMs because I noticed that all of their pictures they were doing was in uniform. It's like almost like a colouring book. And I thought, are they actually ordering the canvases like that, right? So I messaged them in London, right? In New York. I said, hi, I've just bought some tickets to your event, right? But I can't paint. Do you mind just letting me know? Is that okay? Like, I've seen your stuff online and they look so good, but how does everyone's picture look the same? I'm not confident. And they said, oh no, they're pre-sketched. I was like,
here you go.
That's it. That was the answer. So I bought a projector, got my missus to start she's good at art. So she started drawing we had different like themes and.
Okay. So it's like a partnership as well. Yeah,
exactly. Okay. Yeah. So we did that. That went really, really well. It's a lot of manpower with it. It wasn't easy because I think that's the only brand I've ever been involved with where I've got to actually hire a van each time.
Yeah.
You literally, you're carrying stuff. It is a lot of hard work and the scalability for it. I mean, you only scale up. You can only do as many easels as you've got. Yeah. If you've got 100 easels, that's 100, unless you're going to do like different days or something like that. Yeah. Different times in the day. Yeah. But it's very much different to like a party where you can just have 400 people at one time. Yeah. And also it's
quite a hard business to run.
It's a very hard business to run.
Because it's the manpower and also the margins as well.
Exactly.
Because you've got to buy paint. And it's good to like talk about that as well. Because everyone's like, I'll just do a party. Yeah. And you think, your cost is just a DJ. Well, realistically, you got all your ads and all your other bits and pieces that come with it.
You're lucky if you break even with it, man, honestly. Like, unless you're doing your tickets really expensive. Like Party and Paint are doing an amazing job. They've kept it going consistently and like well done to that team there, man. I mean, it's something that what we do now, we kind of do private parties with it.
That's good.
Which is a lot more lucrative. Yeah. So it's definitely something I want to start again with my partner.
Okay, cool.
That, yeah.
So what are you doing now? Tell us about Maggi Brunch.
Maggi Brunch!
Yeah, man.
You know what? I've got a funny story about that one, right?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you how that started, right?
Yeah.
Doing reggae brunch week after week after week, right? And I always used to ask the staff, go to the shop and get me a Magnum. This was before Magnum was even like a thing that everyone's drinking it. Yeah. It's just something I just always drank, right?
Yeah.
But it's just because it's cheap. Just gets you on a little wave quick, right?
Yeah.
So they'll get it for me. when y'all weren't looking,
Yeah.
I have my little Magnum and I'm ready. Right? You see, I was so hype on the stage.
Yeah.
That was like my drug, right? Yeah. So I'd have my Magnum, right? And then every time we was like tidying up at the end, right, after Reggae Brunch, I would see other bottles of Magnums from the customers underneath the tables.
Bringing it in.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, we were doing this, huh?
Yeah.
So what I did was I always used to say this line. I was like, yo, don't worry, guys, man. Next week we're gonna have a fridge full of Magnums. That was my ending line, I'd say, just to make everybody laugh, because it was just so like profound. Like we'd laugh, say, yeah, could you imagine? Said it every week. One day I said it, and it was like a light bulb moment. I was like, Magnums in the fridge. And I just, again, my imagination, it literally took me about a year before my imagination said, do it.
Yeah.
So, I thought, you know what? I'm going to try something. Why not? So I know that they're manufactured by Ray and Nephew. Got in contact with Ray and Nephew, just made a cold call. And somebody responded.
Okay.
Got them involved. They gave me like POSs, like not no drinks or anything, but like flags and banter flags and whistles and stuff like that. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to launch the Maggi Brunch. Yeah. And it was just, I think it was more of a thing of like, it's just the love of just like dancehall. It was kind of like Reggae Brunch was definitely like the inspiration behind it, 100% and stuff I did. But I just thought a lot of times when I was doing Reggae Brunch, people would like DM me or see me after and be like, but why don't you have your own party? Why don't you do your own thing? Why don't you do your own thing? I was like, nah, man, I'm cool here. But like, no, but we're coming for your thing. But and again, I've got this imposter syndrome that is so hard to shift it off. You know what I'm saying? I just thought to myself, nah, you're not just coming for me. But it's random strangers be saying the same thing. It's like, okay, cool. So that's how I got into the Maggi Brunch.
Okay.
Love that.
And
the one thing about like Maggie's Brunch that's sort of clear is high energy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, we know you. We know you're high energy. Like, what do you think sort of being the secret sauce behind your success of keeping it going, keeping it popular? Obviously, you've got lots of followers and content on social. But yeah, what was it?
I think the one word I can use for that is authenticity. I mean, I grew up with my Jamaican grandparents, right? So it was literally, you come to my house, it's like you come into Jamaica. First thing you see is the Jamaican island on the wall, right? Literally, it's hot in my house, don't matter if it's winter. Like you're coming in, you're seeing the Ray and Nephews. My nan was like a caterer. She used to work for the BBC when she first came here from the Windrush. So she used to cater, and she, like, rest her soul, she used to like cook for the church as well. So my house was like, people would come around, my white friends, black, Asian, come around literally just for my nan's cooking. Rice and peas, jerk chicken and all that. So it's like patois, the swag, my dad, my uncle, all of my family, all I know about is the Jamaican culture. And I've just always just lived that, So, and I thought, doing a party, don't matter what party I'm doing, I'm always kind of going into a patois and bringing in my kind of like Shabba Ranks bravado into the stage. So I think people's just bought into something where it's like, I'm just being myself. And it's like, come over here and just be part of this crazy world that I've created. So when I started Maggi Brunch, actually, I kind of had this thing saying it's a genreless brunch, because a lot of the brunches out there had a genre name, reggae, R&B brunch, drum and bass, what have you. I thought, if I go with Maggi, I could play any music I want.
You do what you want.
Yeah. So I thought, wow, the world's my oyster. For the first 2 years, I was doing that. Like in terms of my my social media, you'd see Burna Boy, you'd hear Drake, you'd hear Beanie Man, Rihanna. It was all over the place, but it was like, yeah, this is cool, right? And then it wasn't until 2023, I went to Jamaica on holiday, right? It's the first time I went in 30 years. Which is bad, right? Really bad, right? Literally, I've only been twice my whole life. It's crazy. I went there, right? And I remember going to Jamaica, and I was actually in a club, and right next to me was Beanie Man, Sean Paul, and who's the other guy? I can't remember the other guy. But they were just in the one club called Ready Ready. Yeah. Even M. Dot was there. M. Dot was there in Kingston. No joke. I kid you not. M. Dot was there. Me and him was chilling, right? And one of the things I saw was just the dancers, just don't matter which club I went to. It could be a packed club, could be a small club. That always have a bunch of girls in sequence doing the dances, right?
Okay.
And I was just like, it just grabbed me. I was again, the imagination. I'm just like, this is the Jamaican culture. Maggi is all about the Jamaican culture. So I came back, right? I took off about 4 months. I said, I'm going back to the drawing board. I'm going to find a brand new club. I'm gonna literally sketch this out, and I'm gonna make this the home of dancehall, right, and Jamaican culture. I'm gonna just literally make it a niche. I'm not even gonna put any Afrobeat, not even reggae. I'm just gonna do strictly dancehall, and that's what I'm gonna promote. And when I did that, I remember I used to post. I was on like 4,000 followers on Instagram for like 3 years straight, right?
Yeah.
You might get 3 or 4 followers a week, right? If you're lucky,
Stay
right?
consistent.
Yeah. And I remember this, yeah.
Yeah.
I always say this story. Last year, around about January, I was posting up. I did a post and I tried to do it like a shade borrow type thing, right? And post like, yeah, this is what to wear at Maggi Brunch, yeah. I thought this post is sick. Use the same template. I got 9 likes, yeah. I was like, this is so crap, right?
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
Embarrassing. I put so much time into that post, yeah. And I'm looking every day like 9 likes. So then I've got like a girl that helps me with social media, right?
Yeah.
Shauna, big her up, right?
Yeah.
She comes to me one day and she goes, yo, have you seen this? And Complex did a post. It was just the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
They did like R&B songs from 30 years to the day, right?
Yeah.
It was the brand new year, yeah. And I said, she said, try a little dancehall one with that. I said, okay, cool. So it was like 2024. So I thought, let's just go to 1994.
Yeah.
I went and done this. It took me hours, right? Ripped all of these videos, like about 10 videos that I knew. I didn't even have to Google it. I just knew the songs, right? Just made sure I got the years right. Did the post, right? And I said to myself, right, as long as this gets 9 likes, yeah, I'm keeping it up.
Yeah.
Left it. And then I looked, right, later on, about an hour, I saw 18 likes. I said, yes! It's 2 digits. I made it. I said, yeah, keep it up. It's cool, right? Then I looked again. I saw 80 likes. I was like, okay. Cut along, so I saw 100, 200. Then I don't know what happened a few days later. I call it the floodgates just opened, yeah. I was getting literally 1,000 views a day off of this one post. And I was like, what's this? I remember that post did about 29,000 views. And like, this was me before getting maybe 300 views. And I was like, what? So what I said to myself was, that was a Friday. I said, it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. I said, every Friday this year, I'm going to make a carousel post. Doesn't matter. So what I done was I got every birthday of every dancehall person, put it in my calendar, Beanie Man, so I know they're there. And then every Friday, if it wasn't a birthday, I had to make up something. So I had stuff that I had a post that was like worst Jamaican accents in movies.
Yeah.
And like all of them were just like millions. Like, and then I remember it was just like my page was like, it was just blowing up. Then when I went back to the events now, because of the page and because of everything, saw a lot of people there. You know what I mean? Like, there's highs and lows. Sometimes you might do a party, it's not as much people.
Yeah.
But there was definitely people, they were like following, there was a culture now. I'm seeing girls looking like dancehall queens, big gold earrings. I'm like, okay, they're wearing what the brand actually is. And yeah, that's it. And then there was a time where I literally, so the 4,000, I think it was like June. From June to July, I went from, I think it was 7,000 followers to 40,000 in a month.
Wow.
Yeah. By the end of the year, it was just like past 100,000. I was like,
good.
Oh, that's crazy.
But
How did you feel? Yeah. How did you feel? Yeah.
I felt gassed. I felt gassed. And then I think after, I just felt like, you know what, this whole thing about consistency is key.
Yeah.
I think it just turned to a thing where I just kind of just got used to it. It's like, not in a big-headed way, but it's like Friday, I was obsessed. Like, I could be doing anything. 11 o'clock, I got to take a break.
Yeah.
I got to make sure that this post goes out.
Yeah,
if I didn't do it and I had to do it later, I'll be panicking.
It's like a drug, really.
It's like a drug.
Because, like, Angry Ginge or Ginge from Celebrity Get Me Out of It, he was saying the same thing. He kept on posting every day. And then one day he got that 1 million view.
Crazy.
And then now every day he has to post. And if he doesn't, he feels like he's let himself down.
100%.
And you literally done the same thing.
100%.
And you feel like, all right, cool, it's changed my business.
Yeah.
I need to keep going.
Yeah.
It shows, you think, I wish I'd done this years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly that, man.
Oh, gosh.
I love that. And one thing we know about sort of hospitality is competitive, especially hosting brunches and stuff. Like, how do you view competition? I think firstly, and then what other things have you done? I know you mentioned a few, but what other things have you done to make sure you stand out?
So competition is something that I'm always looking at my competitors every single day. I would look at, say, for instance, old school R&B brunch. Was it Taser's one? Slow jam.
R&B and slow jams.
Yeah. I'm looking at these guys, reggae brunch. I'm like, oh my God, they're doing what? I'm seeing them going around the whole world, right? And I'm just like, damn, I'm still in London, man. So I think one of the things that I always try and keep myself grounded and know, do you know what? They're doing big bits, right? They're doing well, but I'm going to get there. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, sometimes I just remind myself of, like, I might look at the amount of posts I've done for the week and just look at the views, and it's like, wow, I've accumulated like 500,000 views in just posts I've done just this 1 week. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's like contentment, you know what I mean? It's like thanking God for that. So, you know what I mean? I feel like if I was, you can be sometimes in life where you're like, oh man, I wish I was doing that. But then if you showed me where I am now 5 years ago, I'd be like, yeah, right. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? So that's the kind of thing that I've got in my head all the time. But I think it's always just about, like, with the competition, it's about being different. So I'll give you an example. I was reading Stephen Bartlett's book, Diary of a CEO, and there was one thing that he wrote about was absurdity, right? If that's the word. And he basically mentioned that in his office, when he first got his office, he bought this, like, a slide. Yeah. So you go down this slide, right? Yeah. And in his office, and that was the main attraction. Anytime a journalist would talk about his business, they'll talk about the slide, right? Yeah. And I kind of took that on. So what I done was I purchased two things. I purchased
the slide.
No, I didn't. I wanted the slide. I saw the money. I said, "Pick me up, man. I ain't on that Stephen money yet." Yeah. You know what? But I thought, you know what? Let's keep it on brand. So I bought a 6-foot Magnum bottle, right? Good. Like inflatable, and a 7-foot Clark's boot. And I used that as my selling point. Okay. So rather than, like my competitors might say, you might ask them a question like, what makes you different? You go like, oh, we play the best in dance, or we play the best in this. That's cliche. That's very cookie cut, right? Yeah. I'll be like, so what makes you different? Oh, we got the biggest Clark's boot in the world. Like, what? Yeah, just come to the party, you see it. And then I say, yeah, we've got a giant Magnum bottle. Like, like, whatever you think we pour drinks out of it. I say, come check out the bottle. That's the thing. And then there's always, I've got this guy called George. Yeah. Find the clips, you see. But basically, so I found, he did a video, right? Just doing this, normal English white boy, right? He's on the street. Someone went, Simmer. He goes, who got the keys to my bimmer? And he just done this thing, right?
He went viral, didn't he?
Viral, but he went through viral because what happened was I saw the video, and I said, I'm putting that on my Maggi. Yeah. And it got about 3-4 million views.
Oh my gosh.
So then I added him, and we've been talking ever since. So all year, he's come to all of my parties and done different characters. Yeah. So the first character he did was amazing. We did something where he came in as a noise police, right? Yeah. And he was just like, right, we're shutting this down. Yeah. He's gone past the decibels. Everyone believed him. He came in the whole clothing and everything. He goes, I need you lot to line up out in the streets. They call it murder. Welcome to... And it went viral. It went on I'm Just Bait. Oh, God. Everyone put it up. And we've had about 3 viral moments. Which gosh. Literally 3-4 million views. So, like, big up George, man. But that's that little thing of, like, that unique selling point of Maggi. It's like, we're not just going to play music. We're going to you're gonna come to like an experience of just like a fun house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just leave your problems at home and just come here, regardless of the numbers.
But with all this momentum, do you feel like your brand, you should try and go around the UK with it now?
Yeah, well,
Or like, because like I know you try and compare yourself to old school R&B brunch, but you have to remember, I thought you was one of the owners of old school R&B brunch.
I've heard that
because you were on the videos, and
Yeah.
I thought, oh, Silky's launched R&B.
Yeah.
And the same with reggae. Everyone will be like, all right, cool, you are the
Yeah.
face of reggae.
Yeah.
So you've been the face, you build all these brands up, and then now you let them blow up, and then now it's your time. Maybe it's time to...
You know, you're right. Firstly, big up old school R&B brunch, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, working with those guys, I was able to go around the whole world.
Yeah.
Within the last 2 years, I mean, the opportunity that these guys gave me was amazing. Do you know what I mean? When Hawaii club, my passport was dead before them guys. Like, shout out old school R&B brunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just got to the point where like a lot of people thought I was part of it. Like had some
share or
No,
something. Yeah,
no, I didn't. It's just hosting it, but I love the brand. They're doing amazing things. I see them at the top. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
However, like with me now, I'm actually in talks. Put it out there now. I was gonna let it happen. Might as well.
Yeah.
The first time exclusive.
Yeah.
Yo, we're doing the Maggi takeover next year, right?
Nice.
So we're in talks. We're doing the European takeover.
Nice.
Already in talks with Amsterdam,
Yeah.
Rotterdam, Barcelona,
Yeah.
and Paris as well. So
Yeah.
we've got those 4 already.
Good.
Definitely pushing the brand out. Had a meeting today actually with someone really, really big in festival stuff. So hopefully trying to get like a Maggi Fest out there
Good.
as well.
Brilliant.
I'm always about like the element of surprise. Like I will hit someone with something and it's
Yeah.
like, you wouldn't even know I do these things.
Because you host events, plus you're an influencer, really.
So to speak.
You're a magician with all that
A
work.
magician,
Yeah. So you got to take advantage of it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You do. I think I want to touch a bit more on that, like brand and the
Sure.
magician and stuff. But like to be the first ever contestant that had all the lights stay on the show, Take Me Out, like that is some serious like props there for you. How did it like impact your brand, and what were the benefits of sort of being that guy on like national TV and kind of
Do you know what?
achievement?
It was funny because I remember when that happened, I never actually applied for the actual show. My cousin was on the pilot, right? And I came on the screen for him, just doing literally like for like a minute or so, right? And Paddy McGuinness was like, "Hey, we want him, bring Silky." Right? A year later, the producers were calling me, said, "Hi, we're from Take Me Out, ITV. We'd love," and I was like, I thought they would just ask me just to do some little background thing. They're like, "We'd love to have you as a contestant." I was like, what? Like, no, these times I was working on my music productions as the young guys. Like, no way, I'm not going to embarrass myself. They said, no, you'd be great. I said, no, I decline. They literally called me about 3-4 times, right? And just convinced me. They're like, look, you'll be great. Like, I understand, it'll be great for your career. I said, all right, let's go for it, right? And when I did it, honestly, like, I set a record on there.
Yeah.
And like, you know what? Yeah, that's my little. I became a Z lister. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
what I mean.
I'm not
You're
gonna lie. Yeah, I remember when I did that show. Yeah, I was like, no one's ever done like the two rounds, all the lights. Right? I was like, when it happened, I was like, whoa. In my head,
all the
like,
girls are just looking at you.
I
Like,
know. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was so fun, right? I think at the time I was about in my early 20s at the time, right? And it was just like raw, like. It was a scary thing. It was like I was on national TV and nothing prepares you for that. You know, come down the lift. There's no like rehearsal for that part. When you see everyone, you come down the lift, you turn around, you got a whole audience. You know what I mean? And it's just like my heart was pounding, man. But yeah, I remember signing autographs. Can you believe it? There was a point they did an after party once in Manchester, and it was a party for like the contestants. Paparazzi. I said, nah, this is going too far. Come on, this is an edict thing.
Yeah.
But I tried, you know what? I tried to like capitalize on it, right? And I'll be honest, right? I actually thought I would get further with that because I've always wanted to be like a presenter and actor, and you know, like tried to get a manager at the time. They shagged me up, boy. Really? It's like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. I ain't doing that again. And I think like some of like the moments like that, some of the experiences is kind of how I got to be so independent to this day. You know, it's like kind of like scarred to a certain extent where I'm just like, you know what, yeah, I'll just roll out. I'll pray to God. I'll do my thing, and I'll just try and get this off my own back because I'm a clean-hearted guy and I'm just trying to do something. And like, if you're with me, we can all win. But some people don't really think like that.
Yeah, but with the power of social media now, the opportunity can come at any time.
100%, yeah. There was none of that at that time.
No.
Right. Yeah.
So like that was just Facebook and
Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. Yeah.
I think so for me, what's been interesting is throughout like the time we've been talking is like, there's been a lot of moments that have been hard or failure almost. Like you clearly look at them like learning and opportunities, which is such a great message to like a lot of the people that tune into the show in terms of like turn those moments that are hard into opportunities. It just feels like you've done that time and time again, which is brilliant.
Yeah, honestly, man. If you looked up the word "give up," man, you probably see my face there, man. Because I've been on that point where I've said, what you see on the surface is just me at home. Bless my missus. I'm like, I can't take this. Even just like last month, I was trying to do an event. People just had the lastminute.comers just getting tickets. I'm like, yo, I'm doing everything. Meta ads, like, I was learning all these funnels, so much stuff, right? You know, I put so much money into it. I'm like, no, don't bring me shame, man. I'm trying to do something. If you not know what I'm trying to do, just buy your ticket. You know what I mean? But resilience. I just feel like, again, it's the imagination. I just feel that like I have something, and it's like if people can see what's in here, they'll buy into it. And I always have this saying where I say like it's almost like I've got a shop, and I say, yo, Julian, listen, I've got £1 million in this shop here, but you got to come here for 12. And you go, all right, cool. And I'm waiting at 12. And I said, where are you? He said, bro, I'm at home. I said, why didn't you come? I said, bro, because you're chatting rubbish. I'm like, okay, cool. You didn't get it. It's like, I've got a whole shop ready to give out, but no one's convinced. So I'm trying to do so much things to convince people. But I just say resilience is the key, and consistency. And you know, as long as you stay authentic and you're just showing people, look, this is what I'm about. I'm just trying to just create something for the masses. I'm not a selfish guy. Come into my crazy world, and you'll have a good time.
Yeah, that's good. Have you had any like really low moments in your...
Oh, where do I begin, bro?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had some dark moments. Like I've had literally every year, I'm like, this is it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done. Then even every other month, it's like up, down, up, down, up, down. And like, what I do is I just try and think, how did I feel when I was up? When the thing sold out early, how was that feeling? Yeah. Try and bring that now, because and just I'm trying to exercise just gratitude a lot more in life. But yeah, man, I've had lows, man. I've had lows where it's just like, this is not working. I've said to myself, this is not for me. I am trying to convince myself that I'm good at this, but you know what? I'm an imposter. This is not made for me. I'm just going to get a proper 9 to 5 and I'm going to work my way up the ladder and call it a day, because I've tried and people don't like it. I'm not good at this. I have the biggest battles with myself every day, especially with the amount of stuff that I do as well. Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes you've got such a creative imagination, and what happens with people, they usually bring people in to help out with small parts. 100%. And then like sometimes you're a leader in a way where you can create the idea. Let me just fit some people in the slots to financially help me create this idea and to make it into a bigger business. Yeah. And that's what some people struggle with. They're like, I want to do everything myself. Yeah. But really, you should just give like 5%, 2%.
You know what?
And then that's maybe your...
I agree with you 100%. And honestly, I've done it. I've done it even to this year. I won't even get into crazy details, but you know, like, I've got in contact with a certain person. Yeah. Wanted them to be involved. I thought, you know what? You've got this on lock. Yeah. Bring you in, and it just went left. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. The person just let me down and was just really bad, and it just...
No names?
No names.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'll kiss and tell, man. You know what I mean? But like, it was just like, just done it, and I was just like, wow, like... That was like, I was literally pulling out my hair at this time. I was like, how are you doing this? It was like, you know, they literally took my brand name and they switched it up it was theirs. Got my mailing list, said, it was mad. And it's a respectful brand, you know what I'm saying? I was like,
right. I know the guy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And I was just like, right, okay.
Can we say his name?
You know what I mean? I'm like...
All right, let's skip that one.
Now, you know who you are, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you got me going crazy, bro. Like, those are the times where it's like, I've literally got to those points and I'm like at home just stressing, like, ready to, like, my mind's doing crazy things, you know what I mean? And it's just like, it's about prayer, you know, like, I'm very, like, spiritual guy, you know? Like, I grew up in church, so, like, always talking to God. You know what I mean? And it's always just keeps me grounded in situations like that and just know, you know what? It is where it is, but I'm never going to give up.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
good.
And sometimes it feels like it's a test, you know what I mean? It's like when you're at those points there, that's where someone that could have just made it says, I'm done with it. And I'm always feeling I'm that guy that's like, if I do that, oh, that was you. I'd rather get old and say, boy, I remember when I did that, you know? Rather than, I should have done that. I don't want to have no should-haves, which is why I do everything. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Love it. And that's the thing about like hospitality, you know, is there's a few things where it looks so glamorous when you're hosting or it's your club or bar or festival.
Facts.
Everybody sort of looks at you and get me free tickets. Can you get me a bottle? And you know, but actually they don't understand like the stuff
coming out of my pocket,
right? And they don't understand like what actually you know you guys have to go through to sort of make it all work and continue 100%. Putting smiles on people's face weekly, monthly. And then the other thing I think which is clear is there's so many great people in hospitality, like the best of the best, but then there's so many sharks, like we just described. And I think learning as quickly as possible where those sharks are and how those sharks operate is key to long-term success, I think, generally in business, but very 100%. Much in hospitality. So these chairs become therapy for sure.
You know what I've noticed, man?
You're in good company. Like, we used to have this
tissue out, man.
Trust me, let's not get onto COVID because then you definitely need tissue. So we'll avoid the C word. So I want to switch it up a little bit. There's a round that we're famous / infamous for called the quick fire round, which is never really that quick. Kind of should be long fire round. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, super quick.
Yeah.
You can answer it quickly, you can answer it in a long way, whatever, but we want some tea, man. We want some juice here. So so the first one I'm going to hit you with in a quick fire is, who is the biggest party animal, celebrity, that has been to an event you've been at, been to a club you've hosted at, or Maggie's, and I've got a little bit hyped.
Oh, celebrities. Do they even come, Maggie? Like, we ain't going there.
But it could be, obviously, you've done loads of hosting throughout your career, so.
Hosting, I've seen Anthony Joshua. I've done, when I did, obviously, the GRM Gala, everyone was there. And I would say the biggest party animal, H.
Yeah.
H, man.
H.
You know? H gets.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, he's going for side, but like, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Priscilla from Love Island. I don't know if you remember her.
Priscilla?
Yeah, she was back in...
Okay, cool.
You're like, who's that, man? At the time, she'd just come off of Love Island.
Okay.
She was vibes as well. Yeah.
Wicked. All right, cool. Live or dead, what celebrity would you wish would come through Maggie's?
Oh, my God. Michael Jackson, man.
Really?
Oh, my gosh. Like,
Michael Jackson in dance hall, that would be
that would go.
special.
spinning and everything. I'd do a Michael segment, man, honestly. Like, MJ walked in. Oh my gosh, yeah. MJ,
Oh,
100%.
gosh.
That would be fun.
That'd
That
be
would
wicked.
definitely go viral.
That'd go viral.
MJ walked in.
I think MJ's been probably the most popular one, you know.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
MJ and Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
Big
be
one
good.
as well.
And obviously, we know you've got a creative brain. We know you're always thinking up ideas for experiences and hospitality events. Like, what events do you look at and think, wow, I wish I created that, or wow, I really respect like what they do and how they do it?
I would say top of that, there's two of them. Like Chucky and Taser.
Yep.
Them guys are just dope. You know what I'm saying? Dope. And Manny Suave. Have you heard of Manny Suave?
Yeah.
Manny Suave, the DJ.
No, he's like he does events. Check him out. You might want to get him here.
Yeah?
He does the elite of the elite parties, yeah.
Okay.
When he does a
party, Manny Suave, he does them all white parties.
All white parties,
yeah. Oh yeah, I know him. Yeah.
I watch his tin. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then again, I'm like, even that though, I like festivals as well. So like Reggae Land and those stuff like that. I look at those like they're bringing in like artists that I grew up like idolizing, like Capleton and all those guys there. I'm like, wow, that's like a dream. To have those type of guys that are live on the stage, you know, like Beres Hammond and all that. I'm like, what? So like, yeah, definitely for sure.
I love that.
Love that.
Cool. So you survived quickfire. It wasn't too bad actually. We got through that a good way. So thank you. But we're still going to stay on some fun. The world's a bit of a serious place. So it's great to have your energy in the studio.
Yeah.
We'd love to kind of get into your mind a little bit of like moments of events.
You want to come in there?
Moments where stuff's gone wrong. You know, hosted events, Maggie's where you looked at the time, oh man, this is really stressful, but actually now you look at it and laugh at it.
Yeah.
Like, what you got for us, man?
Oh, where do I start, man? There's been so many times. I think, do you want to know one of the most rookiest things I've ever done? I've done an event, right? I was rushing to do this event. This was way back, one of the throwbacks. Got there. DJs, contacted my DJs were there. No one was there. I was like, what's going on? And I had upstairs and downstairs in this club, right?
Okay.
I'm like, okay, they're coming soon. Hour gone, 2 hours. No one's there. I had to cancel the event, right? Not even one person came.
Oh, no.
And
silence.
I'm talking silence, yeah. And you know me, yeah. I'm such a like.
Yeah.
I still paid my DJs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know that feeling. This ain't got nothing to do with you guys.
Yeah.
I still paid them, right? And I looked. I went back to Drew. I thought, what happened? Well, the flyer didn't even have the date or time on it. Like, what? It just like, no. Like, I didn't even put it on there. I didn't put date and time. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, wow.
So now when I do them, that's in bold. If I ever think of like the picture, date, time, location. That was early days, man. And I just wanted the floor to swallow me because I just remember the owner, right? He was, or the event, whoever it is, the venue manager was just mean mugging me.
Yeah,
he was just there cleaning. He's got his staff there, and he was just mean mugging me. Because I said to him, this one's gonna be packed out, boy. Because these are what? Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Because this was before I was doing tickets.
It's all guest list.
Guest list. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even the friends didn't come. I thought, nah. Just ripped up the guest list. Went home and was just like,
ouch.
Ouch.
That hurts the next day.
Yeah.
That actually hurts for a little while.
It hurt for a long time. It hurts, still hurts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's nothing worse than a dead club.
I'm telling you, man.
It's
I'm
the
telling
worst.
you.
It happens to everyone, man.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Rite of passage, right?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. So let's talk about you, man. What do you like? What's a Silky night out look like, bro? Like, incriminate yourself a little. Where'd you go? Who you with?
You know something, right? I'm older now. I know I look young, yeah? I'm older. So one thing, I don't go out night times anymore as I used to.
Yeah.
I used to be someone that would go out and be coming home at 6 a.m. all the time, but my bones can't do that anymore. Man. I literally look for daytime parties.
Right.
So anyone that's got a daytime party, if I'm free that day, cause it's so hard because like, I would say this year has been the least parties I've ever hosted within the last decade because every year since like 2016, I've hosted at least 1 or 2 events on a Saturday, every single Saturday, right? And this year I literally took a break. I stopped OSR, and I just wanted us to focus on the Maggi. So by doing that, a lot of times I'm just at home. But if I do go out, it's a day party. But I'm not as crazy as I used to be.
Okay.
But it's almost like when I'm out, people are expecting me to do the thing. You ready? But I cut, and then after about an hour, I'm there. I'm on the dance floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the thing is, don't worry, there's levels to crazy, right? So you're low level crazy is probably a lot of people's crazy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
that.
Amazing. And I want to talk about money for a second because not enough people talk about money
Facts.
and nightlife and hospitality and the potential, also the pitfalls. So, like, from your perspective, like, you've done a lot from DJing to hosting to, you know, putting on your own parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Where do you think is the most lucrative part of hospitality? You know, whether it's your personal stuff that you're doing, but actually just generally in the market. Like, where's a place to play and be to make money?
Well, do you mean like venue-wise, or do you mean just like position?
Yeah, it could be, is it better to be talent and DJ, and is it better to own a spot? Is it better to, like, have a restaurant versus a festival? Just those type of things is really useful for our listeners who are thinking about how they get in the game, you know?
So I started off as a host, and then I DJ'd now and then stuff, right? And I've always said, right, I wouldn't say stop, I do it now and then, but not as much as I was doing it before. You can't, there's a cap to talent.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever the promoter's going to offer you, that's what they're offering you. You know what I mean? So, like, you can do, you know, I was working with a brand. I was literally doing the maths. I'm seeing brands getting hella money, literally weekly, right? And I'm part of this. I'm on the stage the whole time. Right. I can't be jealous and red eye on it and be like, no, where's my share? Because I know that I'm just a freelancer. But it was like, it hit me. I was like, wow, I know this is getting a lot of revenue.
Right.
And all I'm getting is whatever they told me they're getting me, which is why I started pushing my thing.
Yeah.
And
Brilliant.
I would definitely say, like, you know, like, being a promoter, it's got its ups and downs, but it's very lucrative if it's done right, you know, if they buy the tickets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very lucrative. I've done events where, like, in just like one event is like the equivalent of like my 9 to 5, 4 or 5 months. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Equivalent of that in just one event.
Yeah.
That I promoted, you know, I promoted that on my phone. Like, I didn't even do like any meta ads or no sponsored ads. It was just put the flyer out. I did house party this year, the first time, the Stormzy one, the first one I done. And it was just, there was just a demand for it. I remember selling it out within days. Didn't even like, I just made a flyer. Didn't put any money in at all. Just for the DJs. Was sold out within days. And it was like, okay. So that, in that sense now, when you see that position, you're like,
Right.
I can live off of that if I can do that every single month. You know what I mean? I wouldn't actually even need a 9 to 5. I haven't looked at, in terms of like an owner of, say, like a venue, but I'm sure that could be lucrative. But at the same time, I know there's a lot of expenses in that, which like people wouldn't know. Like, it's something I'm not as knowledgeable as in, but I would definitely say, if you can be a promoter,
and you do it right.
You can make some good. It literally is like, there's no cap to it.
No,
you can make £500 or you can make £50,000. Literally, it's not a joke.
No,
it's not a joke, man.
No, I agree with you. I think it's so interesting. Sort of, me and Julian talk about this all the time, but like, fixed venues, there's a lot of bills, there's a lot of expenses. You know, obviously trends as well, right? Trends change. Like certain areas of London or Manchester are popping and they're not. So, but if you can have an event, like Julian was saying earlier, where suddenly you go from one party to 5 to 10 parties all over the UK in one weekend. Obviously, when Jules and the guys were doing Exclusive Touch, they had like 30 parties.
Especially Halloween, boy. Halloween, you guys go.
You know what I mean? Like, that's very lucrative. So we like talking about money on the show because we've got a lot of entrepreneurs and budding founders and stuff that are trying to do their thing. So trying to direct them in the right ways is generally quite useful.
Definitely, man. I mean, I've done like financial forecasts just to see for next year, and it's like where I'm looking to head, I think God's grace is definitely going to be a lot, probably the most lucrative year of my life.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's good.
So I'm literally going to start pushing it, going around, because I've always just said, you know what, I'm just going to do once a month. But it's like, no. That you think to yourself, I had this like another like misconception. If I do it once a month, every month there's a demand, they're waiting for the other one. No, because there's a birthday every day.
And there's new people looking at your page, seeing everything. Yeah. And that's one thing we learned when we were like 18, 19, when we started. There's people going out every week.
Every week.
And if you don't get them, you're losing money.
Facts.
And that's why we look at people, I don't know, I'm talking about London parties and Met parties. We should see in West End, they used to do about 20 events a week. And I said to Robbie and Van, we need to do that. And that's why Halloween and everything like that, we took advantage of the time.
Yeah.
But like when you see people like yourself, you're doing one a month. That's why I look at you.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you need to do a lot more 100%. To financially 100%. See it properly. Because there's people out there, mate, they do like, I don't know, they're probably turning over 5 or 6 million, like R&B slow jams. Now O2 Arena now, and all they do is the same thing you do. Put the videos out, talk about it. All right, cool guys, I'm in Manchester. All cool guys, I'm in Paris. And then you start seeing it financially. You're a big global brand.
Yeah.
So like with all the things going on, what do you think with the hospitality industry? Do you reckon it's always going to be about brunches? Do you reckon daytime parties are taking over? Like, what is your theory to like the future? Because at the moment, everything's up in the air.
I think obviously like post-COVID, nightlife has just dipped. Like people are not trying to go out like that anymore. I think brunches really got very popular after COVID. But I think personally, it might be becoming a bit oversaturated to a certain sense. So even with like Maggi Brunch, I've got that as like the main name of the actual brand, but I don't actually put the word brunch in anymore. You know what I'm saying? You go on the page, you see Maggi Brunch, it's more Maggi takeovers or Maggi All Black or Maggi parties. Do you know what I mean? Because I just feel that like it kind of boxes you in. You know, if you say brunch, you're going to start, you have to do daytime. What about when I want to do nighttime? What if I just want to do a rooftop? Do you know what I mean? So that's why this year I incorporated Maggi House Party, Maggi Rooftop, Maggi soiree at your venue. Really well, actually. So
that was a busy one,
yeah. I think so. I feel that's like I think.
Well, you can call it Maggie's.
Could call it Maggie's, yeah. I mean, I can't remember it now, but I've made like how I did throwback as an acronym.
Yeah.
Done Maggie's as an acronym as well.
Good.
So yeah, I just feel like it's almost going to be a thing where when you mention Maggi, you be like, if you know it from the past, you'll be like, wait, didn't they used to sell Magnums?
Yeah.
The club. No. Maggie's is like, it's just means this actually. Do you know what I mean? It means magnificent and something. So, because I realised when I'm trying to do this tour that I'm looking to do, I ain't got time to ask them, look, can you stock Magnums? That's like, no. Like, they're not stocking them in Europe like that, do you know what I mean? And I don't want that to kind of hold me back where it's like, I can't get the Magnums. And people, it's just a nice little incentive that we've got that there, you can buy it. But it's beyond that now. It's a trying to create the leading home of dancehall and the biggest dancehall experience globally. That's the goal.
Oh, that's wicked.
So, that's a big one. I like that.
All right, so now you obviously tell us about Maggie's. Is there any other big projects you're planning for next year?
Yeah. So besides that, right, I want to touch on AI right now.
Okay.
I want to touch on this AI thing, right?
Yeah, okay.
Again, the imagination. I feel like, I've been using ChatGPT now for over a year now, from like last year, and I just thought, okay, this is easy, right? I don't know what's happened within the last few months. AI is on crack right now, Like, there is no excuse for any creative or anybody to say they can't do something. You're a producer. Like, this allows you to do so many things. So what I've done recently, I've started animations, right? And I put out a Pixar-style trailer where it all like prompted it and everything, made all the characters, and the story is actually a film that I wrote a film 10 years ago called Wishing Well. Similar to like, imagine the movie Big, right? But it's like based in London. It's kind of like a fantasy of my personal self, right? And, I tried to get directors involved with it. They kind of said, yeah, it's okay. I spoke to so many people, didn't have the budget. So just last week when I started looking into it, I said, I'm going to make a Pixar, right? And I did it, and I just put the trailer out last week, and I've been getting so much feedback. I've been getting clients telling me, look, they're going to pay me this, that. I started this last week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to take advantage of that,
so I'm taking before that becomes a thing where like literally your own kids can do it that easy. Yeah. Right now, it looks like, well, it's still a lot of work, but I'm really, my imagination's taking it to other places. So, I'm working on that. Maybe try and get back into my music because I've always produced music from when I was like 17 years old. So maybe even just that's like been a hobby of mine. But yeah, that's it really, you know.
Okay.
You know, I'm saying that's it because my brain, there's so much going on. It's like if you promise, like someone will be like, bruv, why didn't you mention that? I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on, you know what I mean?
But also you don't want to keep an eye off like Maggi.
Of course.
You need to make sure obviously you want that to blow up.
Yeah.
And you need to catch up to your competitors
Yeah.
you want to take on. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Maggi is like the next step for Maggi is 100 million% forming a team.
That's good.
That is, you can't do this as a one-man band. There's only so much I can do. Like literally, I handle everything you see. I handle. It's like I'll have staff on the day, but all the behind the scenes, social media, do it alone. You know what I mean? It's difficult. Do you know what I'm saying? It's I don't have the time to do it. Right. You know what I mean? And it's and also, if I be totally honest, sometimes it takes my creative mind off what I want to do for the next event, because all I'm trying to do is I need to make flyers, I need to sell tickets. But I'm like, once that's handled, my thing is I'm the creative guy to be like, right, we're gonna hire this dancer that's gonna come down. You know what I mean? I don't even have that mind. So
yeah.
I need to get back where
start delegating.
Delegating, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Like, what things would you do differently compared to like, I don't know, like 5 years ago? Anything you felt like, oh crap, I wish I'd done this differently, or?
I would definitely say always selling tickets. That's the first thing. Yeah. Like the free. Honestly, I'm telling you, anybody, that is doing free, it's great to like, you know, get your data up 100%, but it devalues your thing that you're doing. Do you know what I mean? I'd always just say, even if it's a few quid, charge it or get something back from it. You know what I mean? Sign up for this and get this, and I don't know, you get something back from it. Like I don't know, but yeah, that's something that I always think, wow, I could have been a lot further earlier with that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And just like. I think just trying to like eliminate the imposter syndrome, because a lot of time what I've learned actually, sorry, just to change it, right? Limitations. That's one thing. That's where like I've always had limitations with this, right? And I feel like God has put me in a place of like working with people like yourself, where I'm seeing numbers I couldn't even think of. When I was doing Throwback, when I started, I remember I had a 9 to 5. And I remember making £500 right off the door. That was the whole thing. And I was gassed. Oh my gosh, I got £500. Bro, I can make £500 a month from this, you know, on top of my job. That's sick. Then when Maggi Brunch started now, they started doing weekly. And I'm like, they're not even making 500. They're making a mad money every week. I'm like, what? And then I went to the old school R&B brunch, and it went even further. And it's just like, the limitations, sometimes you just think to yourself, I'm just going to do a little small intimate thing. But now I wish I had the mind of like expansion and scalability that I do now. Like I don't think about intimate like settings.
No.
That's not my thing. I am about scaling. I want to take over the world. I'm like thinking the brain right now.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Because if you imagine your business without a ceiling,
exactly,
you start selling everything. Because
100%.
Maggi can be t-shirts, merchandise. If you come to Maggi's house party, and you can sell everything branded with Maggi.
That's the thing.
And if you're influencer as well, and you get to what, I don't know, 2-3 million views, that one video is that's it.
I mean, it's that with the Maggi thing. Just saying that, just reminding me. I've got Maggi t-shirts called Maggi Culture. They've got like the dancehall artists. I created these shirts. This is something I'm definitely pushing out. I'm looking to have the whole club wearing them.
That's good.
You know, there's gonna be just gonna create like an ecosystem for Maggi. I think that's something that I really need to work on. Is creating an ecosystem. When you buy this, you get this, It's all part of the branding. Do you know what I mean? You come there and you feel like you're part of this community. That's one thing I've always wanted to do with Maggi. Is always have it as that community. So, you know, when I started it, a lot of people was like, when I changed it to the dancehall, people saying, bro, you just doing old school R&B, bro. Why don't you just do a throwback with the R&B? I said, because they're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me be original. Like, I can run with something that I love as well. Do you know what I mean? So
that's wicked. Like, what advice would you give to our listeners, or things like you've gone through in the industry, and things that you would like to say? All right, I don't go down this road. What things would you try to do different?
I would always encourage you just to simply be yourself, and choose a lane in something that you actually love. You know, like don't just go with the masses because that's the thing going now, so I'm gonna get it. And you got no passion because we're always gonna know you got no passion for that, and you're just here just trying to jump on the bandwagon. I'd always say that, and you know, like Rome weren't built in a day, you know, so these things are gonna take like experience. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd say learn, get a mentor, talk to people, ask questions. I mean, big up Matt Bridgman, right? So when I still old school Sundays with him, guy is such a cool guy, you know, like he's doing these bits with like Chucky and Taser and that. Yeah, I can call Matt he's pretty much, he doesn't know, he's literally my mentor and he's younger than me, you know what I mean? I can call Matt, message him and say, bro, I'm doing this, boom, 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 am I doing this right? He'll leave me a 5-minute voice note. I'm telling you, he doesn't give away the game, but he's just explaining it, and I think that's something that I've taken from him as well, where like not to gatekeep, because sometimes you think to yourself, someone might ask you something, and you're like, oh, I don't want to tell them because I'm trying to do my thing, and they're gonna go off of it. Right. But then when I look at someone like Matt, he's like, man, go off with it, man. I'm God. Do you know what I mean? Like, whatever you're taking, you can't do what I'm doing. I'm doing my thing the way I do it. So that's something that I take from like people like himself. You know what I mean? Just like be yourself, and just like consistency is key, man. Consistency is key. That thing I did last year, every Friday, there wasn't one Friday I didn't miss a post, like, you know what I mean? And I had to be creative. There was not one day off, and it allowed me to just calm it down this year, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to do all of that now, but I'm still stay consistent, but not as much because it's built something there, you know?
But don't you think you should do it every day?
No, what I'm saying is the Friday was that carousel. I was posting every day as well. But I was saying the Friday was the carousel.
All right, I understand. Yeah.
No, I'll be doing reels and stories. Every day I'm posting. That's non-stop.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just that creative that I did on that day.
All right.
There is a lot of gems in there. Matt talks a bit about gems in his episode as well. And you've given people a lot today. So we're super grateful, bro. Amazing episode. Thank you.
Thank you, Silky,
man.
bro.
Thank you, guys, man. Appreciate it, man.
Bro.
I finally got to be on the podcast. Mama, amazing, man.